he gonna say sorry to her? Nope. So anyways, I want sorries. I want sorries. I am the one person on here who deserves more sorries than anybody else in our community. You know, I choose to keep my circle really small on YouTube. Tearing people down constantly, doxing people, stuff like this is what I signed up for. Like, goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. I'm fucking done with you. I know I have to do this shit. So let's be real. I hate the motherfucker. I hate Trisha.
I knew that God was testing me. He was laying out a path before me, and all I had to do was choose.
I'm sorry. I'm not fucking insane. Alright? Some people on this platform are.
You're fucking adults. And I understand you can say, well, we can't control everything our audience says. And that's true, but you can sure as fuck try to regulate it and not let people go wild in your chats.
I want us to all be successful on this goddamn platform. I have been able to be a little bit more successful than some people, so I'm trying to tell everybody what's happening. It does not take talent to get in front of a camera and tell a few outlandish fucking stories.
I'm out treading the fucking wheel on this one, bruh. You're fucking lucky. You're fucking lucky. I almost didn't do, face cam because I couldn't find the fucking camera. Have you been missing me? Because I bet you have. Because I missed me. And you're lucky because I'm doing this on like the worst day. Like I feel sick. I feel like I'm getting sick. My knee fucking hurts after coming off my motorcycle. And I'm pretty sure I've dislocated my thumb at work. Yeah. And in the meantime, it's fucking like hot here. I'm wearing a sports shirt showing off my chest hair. And then I've also got like the fucking aircon on. And there was a cricket in the roof. There was a cricket in the... Dude. Fuck this video. I had everything done. Everything was done. But my hard drive decided to fucking burn out, didn't it? So, I had to rewrite the script. I had to rewatch all of the mind-numbing excuse of a content all over again. In the first version of the script, I said, fuck Miss Fucking Wonderful. But now, because I have never seen a community built on so much fucking hate. But now, now, I hate Miss Fucking Wonderful because A, in the times of 4chan and 9gag, MFW is not Miss Fucking Wonderful, it's my face when. Oh, and B, you fucked my hard drive. It saw I was making a video on you, it couldn't stand it anymore, and it just fucking burnt itself out. I bet you didn't see this coming. If you have a problem with my opinion, and you are a fan of Miss Fucking Wonderful, then may I suggest to you to search up the definition of hypocritical. Upon approaching any of her channels, you just see fucking hate. You see evolution, Charles Darwin's definition of evolution. Regardless of the content, it's just full of hate because it's her channel. If her channel isn't caught up in any controversy at all, because I get it, each one of her channels has seen its fair share of drama. Every single fucking one of them has to be caught up in the middle of some sort of controversy. I get speaking your mind on controversy. It's my God-given right as a human to have free speech. It might be a bit controversial to speak your opinion on certain situations, but she doesn't give her opinion or speaks her mind because I'm telling you, I've watched every video of a person where she doesn't like someone, and I don't see why she doesn't like them. I don't see an opinion. I don't see her speaking her mind. I don't see anything. She just swears for 20 fucking minutes, and I have to sit there and fucking watch it.
A lot of people say that I'm messy, and it's the same people who are way messier than me. Clock at the house. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
If you're going to give your opinion or criticize another person, you have to specify why. But really all she does is just really compare how hard her life is compared to other people, or how better of a person she is than the person she is criticizing. Such as Amber Lynn, who she pretty much shunned.
You don't have to go that route. You're making this, I don't believe you're doing that. I don't believe you're doing that. I want to see a video of your ass doing that. Look, I'm a dick.
Now Amber's community is already shunning her because they keep questioning her diet, and they don't understand why her life is so hard after that 3-part series documentary thingy. I wouldn't even call it a documentary. I would call it Boohoo 1, 2, 3. She just complained how hard her life was and that she had it worse than everyone else.
Because walking is so hard.
So that leaves a door wide open for criticism. But Katie here chooses to compare her own life stories to Amber's, which doesn't make sense because the whole point of the video is to say that Amber Lynn's life ain't so fucking hard. And if it is, it's her fault. So it does this like one complete 360.
Someone made a video how to gain 89 pounds or some shit like that in a week and have you all over it. I was like heartbroken. That is me.
Because wouldn't it spin on its head when you say that her life ain't so hard, but then your life is so hard, but then you compare your life to her life, and you compare similarities, and then those similarities are somehow make your life harder, but not hers. On the same channel, you'll also see a video on Foodie Beauty, who watched her own video, liked it, even admitting to fucking a homeless man. Now, the video on Foodie Beauty is part of this fat acceptance movement she's trying to push along. I don't like it. I think it's a cunty move, mostly because of what it's being used for. On top of gaining followers from controversial matters, she uses this fat acceptance gig to roll in some followers. Because there is a community on YouTube that follow larger YouTubers. Don't ask me why. It just happens, okay? It just happens. You know, such as Amber Lynn and Foodie Beauty. Have a look at Zachary Michael.
Say my name, say my name.
A channel that openly criticizes Amber Lynn, and also gets his videos taken down by Foodie Beauty. More like Foodie Cunt. She's hoping that community shifts to her channels, generating some revenue. Because, you know, she's all about that cheeseburger money. But other than that, you have story readings, where all you do is find out that Katie can't fucking read.
To Katie Robe from Judy B.
You also have videos on the recent events such as Jeffree Star and Laura Lee, where she doesn't add anything new. You can literally watch Philip DeFranco and he will give you the information and more without sounding like such a fucking bogan. It's nothing unique. It's even got a shitty clickbait thumbnail with a shitty clickbait title. But she will explain that her content is unique, that she is changing things, she's changing the game. Such as her mukbang video, where she sat down and ate White Castle. She didn't even cook the fucking food herself.
And everyone knows, if you watch my channel, I love the White Castle, so I have a White Castle mukbang. This fucking moron.
For the Australians out there, White Castle is our McDonald's. Well, sort of, it's like a variant of McDonald's. Like we got Hungry Jack's, and Red Rooster, and KFC, a Porter. You know, I've gotten diarrhea from all of those places. Yeah, unlike a lot of other popular mukbang channels, she doesn't even make her own food or eat a healthy variant, which a study has shown that people suffering from eating disorders or even anorexia, even people when they feel a bit of anxiety eating in public, they find mukbang channels to be very helpful, and they will also follow the same diet as the person that's in the video. That means that the channels that are eating these large piles of junk food are contributing to the obese problem in my fucking country, you know, because my country is one of the fattest in the fucking world. That means that these channels that are eating piles of junk food are just contributing to the obese problem that we have in the world, in the first world countries anyway. So wouldn't you be a little bit more caring of your community and eat something, you know, a little bit more healthier? Eating White Castle just seems useless in a mukbang, with Miss fucking Wonderful showing toxic behavior and also encouraging you to eat crap. It is a literal recipe for disaster. So now I'm going to run through a few situations that Katie's got herself into. She got herself caught up in them, either for controversy, for the fucking sake of it, or just because she needed some new content, with the big fish being at the end. The Slayton sisters are Tammy and Amy. So now, Tammy was in the hospital, and Amy was pretty fucking convinced she was a goner. In a desperate attempt to gain a heap of funds before her passing, Amy opened up a GoFundMe page. That was for the funeral expenses and the medical expenses. But Tammy survived, fortunately. But Tammy survived. I don't know why I make that sound so depressing, but Tammy survived. No, Tammy survived. And Amy did state that the money would go to hospital bills. Now, it's unclear how much was donated, since that there was so many avenues to donate. So you could have PayPal'd her, you could have gone on the GoFundMe, but it would definitely be in the thousands. Now, this has already been a subject of controversy, which will require a whole video on its own, which I do not care to make. But people feel scammed since Amy cannot explain where the money went. But I wouldn't worry too much, because they both very clearly suffer from a numerous number of health problems. I can probably guess where the money went. But Katie donated money, sent it straight to Amy through the mail.
At the time, I did have a bank account, so I had to do it through the P.O. box. I had a little bit extra money. It was summertime. Money's coming in good.
Which means there's no paper trail for that money given. It's just Katie's word against Amy's. Can someone tell her to turn off the fucking face tracker? Fucking listening and trying to watch these videos is giving me a fucking brain hemorrhage. Anyways, Katie gave money to Amy for the GoFundMe. Again, there's no paper trail, so Katie can't pull up a PayPal receipt and be like, yup. But what gets me is Katie explained that it didn't worry her. She said she had a lot of cheeseburger money coming in. It was summer, which I have no idea what that contributes to unless you work in a pool shop. But if Amy or Tammy were to fart, Katie would be there in a second. The lady's video not really being an opinion, she just wants to talk about it. The problem I have with this is that Katie explains that she only tells the truth, which is a fucking flat out blatant lie. The video is an opinion, and it's a shit one of that.
I'm over it. I'm not gonna bring this shit up again.
Because Katie has just explained to me what every other beauty channel has just explained to me. So the lady's video was that Amy used the soap from a 14-year-old girl. The soap was made by the 14-year-old girl. It wasn't just that the 14-year-old girl was like, hey, I got some fucking soap, you want some? And Amy was like, fuck yeah. No, but the soap was said not to be animal tested, which is true. Unless she was testing it on her grandma's cat, I don't see how any animals were harmed. But because it wasn't approved by a government organisation, she got lynched and shut down her shop. Which, again, being 14 and having a shop and all is, like, cool, but you need to face criticisms and challenges. It's probably good to wait a while until you open up another business. As cruel as that sounds, it's what every other business owner will tell you. Even though I'm not a business owner, I just play a lot of City Skylines. The situation probably needs a video on itself, because it's just, like, all this bullshit around it. How did you think that a government had to say yes on this little girl making soaps? Like, what? What? Mum, bring the staffy. I've got some soap to test. But I would like to see someone actually report on it, give an actual stable opinion, since all I've done is just watch videos of people either calling out the little girl or defending her. No one is explaining what the fuck has just happened. What's happened? I don't know. Okay. But Katie's isn't a stable opinion or a report. It's a collision of words. It's what happens when a timer's about to run out and you're doing an essay and you're just like, I just gotta write some fucking bullshit, and then bam, you got yourself a Miss fucking Wonderful video. Oh my god, there is nothing to add. Like, don't play yourself as a channel that tells the truth, reports in, and gives opinions, when the reporting is not there, and there's no opinion because you haven't done any reporting. What you're doing is leading a large number of people in a very hateful direction, building not a nation, not a community, but a fucking hate group. A large congregation of people with the same hate. Like, come the fuck on, nothing good ever comes out of that. She's just so fucking fixated on these sisters. I don't like Amy and Tammy, but fuck, I'm not gonna make 4 videos on them. All because they didn't acknowledge me. That's right, I actually believe that Katie is so torn up about the Slayton sisters because they never actually acknowledged her. So every time she talks about it, she remembers talking to one, but she can't catch the attention of the other. And the way she explains the situation is quite, it sounds like it's quite devastating to her.
Oh, I'm not gonna do it on the 3rd, that's when I get paid.
So that's the reason of the 4 videos, maybe 5 since I'm making this. I don't know, I just had this part written while I did this video.
There was a band playing that I really liked.
Foodie Beauty. Oh, Foodie Beauty. Foodie Beauty. Foodie Beauty. Foodie Beauty and Katie. Both of these people are cunts. Foodie Beauty is a mukbang channel. She will eat and talk shit as mukbang channels do. Now, just like Katie, Foodie Beauty isn't satisfied unless she's thrown herself in the middle of some controversy. Literally. No, seriously, everything went quiet for a while and she decided, fuck, I'm gonna kick her some shit. Bang! And she struck Zachary Michael. Zachary Michael has done various reactions on Foodie Beauty. She hasn't had an issue with it since. And then as soon as everything started to quiet down, she was like, bang. Why? Because it sparked shit. It sparked an argument. It sparked some controversy. And that's what she wanted.
Say my name, say my name.
Now, frankly, she deserves a video on her own. If I have life to do it. Because I'm fucking telling you, I don't know how long I can watch this shit. I don't know how long I can live watching this shit. The amount of cancer tumors growing inside of me are internally fucking me. So there wasn't a feud, but you bet Katie tried to fucking start one. So Katie created a video where she needed to give her opinion.
That. It does not take talent to get in front of a camera and eat and tell a few outlandish fucking stories.
Now, the way the video is created, she's speaking in an angry tone, but she expects a little bit of a kickback. Because that was Katie's end goal. It was to start something. But you see, when you make videos where you are the attacker rather than the defendant, you have to sort of play it on a field where you're attacking, but you got to play it as if you're defending. So the way that she would try and make the video seem is that she was rather victim than, what do I call the other one, like perpetrator? Yeah, perpetrator. Because if she plays perpetrator, then she's automatically the bad guy. But if she plays victim, she's not the bad guy. So apparently she had an issue with Foodie Beauty's channel, with the way that Foodie Beauty was living her life, the way that she was eating, the way that the story she was explaining. And she was trying to explain that Foodie Beauty was fucked up and that she needed to just change her shit. Now, she was expecting a kickback. That was until Foodie Unhealthy as Fuck Beauty admitted to fucking a homeless man. Okay.
You know him, you had just met him, and he maybe flirted with you, so you were spread eagle, babe.
And out of that whole situation, a feud didn't even start. They became fucking friends. All of a sudden, her stance, her tone, all of it changes. Because they are friends, even though Katie had a problem with it 24 fucking hours ago. The issue here is that both channels are like your fat acceptance cult-like communities. So both promote weight to be an alright thing when it isn't. Your heart can tell you that once you start feeling some sharp chest pains. But it's the crowd that they're attracting for the reason of a following, for the reason of fame and a following. Because Katie keeps mentioning that she is big, but won't promote healthy eating, neither will Foodie Beauty. So they are big and couldn't give a fuck about promoting healthy lifestyles to their audience. Only if they benefit from it, they will. So it's all a selfish act to act like they're promoting a healthy and uplifting lifestyle when they couldn't give a flying fuck about you. Foodie will eat healthy food and advertise that she is with a trainer. But come on, she only did that because of the whole Amber Lynn situation. So she can still suck my ass. We're back at it again, Ronnie. Run. I'll have to keep this to a minimum because in this story we're actually talking about the death of a child.
Now you're like, hey, about your dead kid. Hey, you're a GoFundMe scam artist.
Now, I'm going to keep his name quiet. I'm going to keep the family name quiet. I'm going to keep everything that relates back to this child quiet. Because I am more humane than Ron and Kate. Story goes, Ron had a child. And I say that with the largest amount of skepticism. Anyways, this child died in a tragic car accident. My condolences to the mother and the father. I did a fair bit of research and let me just say that the wound is still very open. Grieving is not the word to use. This is going to be like years, maybe her whole life of an open wound that she's just got to live through that. And I feel bad, like, because I was actually going to put a bit more research into this, but I don't really want to drag his name through the mud or anything. Ron admitted to signing over the rights of the child, which then doesn't make sense as to why he would care, because he never grew up with the child. He never watched him grow up. He was never there for him. He didn't take care of him, which I'm not lynching him for. If you are unable to take care of a child and you know that, and you sign him over to the parents or anyone related, then I have respect for you, because then that's one less child in the fucked up foster system that we have. But then the child dies and all of a sudden you were a big part of his life. Then you're just a fucking dog trying to have his bone. So Katie comes in, mentioning the child, but using the name of the child to get back at Ron. As a human, the both of you are disgusting. And if any of you had any humanity left in you, you would stop dragging this child's name through the mud for your own personal gain. Ron even had his name tattooed on him. I kept it short, I kept it simple. Both of you are actual big cunts.
Well, why do y'all care what anybody says about you?
She may not even, like, give a shit about me. I'm probably nothing to her.
The feud gets the views. You gotta fight with someone. Get them views, boy. So this is the new part of the script. This is why I didn't upload for months. Because I don't want to hear this shit. I just fucking can't. So if you watch her live streams now, it's just her arguing with someone who can't argue back. Because she's in a live stream with herself, just screaming about people who have said something about her or that she doesn't like. Newsflash, lady. People are going to talk about you. You are on the internet talking like a pregnant ex-pageant hillbilly. And you can't be a victim of criticism? You are a fucking lunatic.
She's a boot from Diane's channel now, ain't she? Motherfucker.
An argument may start about anything, even if she thinks that it is even slightly directed at her. And you will have your own dedicated live show, which I hate. Someone talked about her dad and fucking bam, they had their own dedicated live show. Irish Steve comes at her for weeks, even months. Not one fucking live show. And I know why. Because the community doesn't care. They don't care about Irish Steve. The general mention of his name goes straight on by. Because he was never really in that community, he just sort of had friends in it, and he just jump in and speak his opinion and go. But because Katie sees that no one cares about his situation, she doesn't want to talk about it. You ever seen the TwitchCon interview where the dude literally thinks that he's better than everyone? I see a big similarity here. Katie does think she's God. So what happens is, if you ignore her, you are an enemy. If you kiss her ass, as it is expected, you're not friend, and you're not enemy. She only gets more followers that builds this ego of. She'll tell you we're no longer friends, as if it's like ripping your heart out. You need to listen to her. If you don't, you're a fucking degenerate. When I say something and move on. When you want to start a war? When you want to start a war?
How many people in this chat room would feel like when they talk to Wendy, she's a condescending fucking cunt to them?
That is far from moving on. Now, it's not like me to go after an entire community. I have been looking forward to this section the whole fucking video. Because the previous communities had sort of a hierarchy. So like Savage, you would have that, you'd have Savage up the top, then you'd have that UG guy, and then you would have the Painkillers girl, and then Shoot the Shit. All were subpars of each other's content. All had one big conflict to reflect on each other, but then they had little ones that they just sort of kept with themselves, just to keep a little bit of an identity. Even with Takedown Man and his missus, she commented on my video and everything, Bonnie. Both are in the same sort of group, together in like one big conflict, but then they have their own little ones to keep this identity up. But Katie's community is literally all banded to her. There's no mini feuds, there's no identities, there's just this big clusterfuck of scum and degenerate. She has gathered all of the filth and shit from the bottom of the barrel. This community is meant to be a sort of like a makeup community, but I don't see any makeup. I just want to know how to make my eyes pop. But you keep arguing, and now, when prom comes, my eyes, they're not gonna pop and shine. This is not a community, it's a fucking lynch group. No one is friends and no one is associated together. They just talk about each other and start fights. It just doesn't make fucking sense. Apparently it's a community built on making things right. Where have I heard that before? When not one cunt is willing to be a fucking adult and go, that person is quite toxic. I think I'll keep my distance. You enjoy the hate, and then people like Katie profit from this community. A whole heap of cucks getting together, not thinking for themselves. No. You need some cunt like Katie to tell you what to think. They then pay her to think for them. She spams her PayPal in the fucking chat. And she doesn't even provide any new, improved content. That's just all the same shit. If anything, it got fucking worse. At least her camera worked. Everyone who jumps in her live shows sound exactly like her. Which, what the fuck? It's funny to call people they hate sheep when there's not one fucking identity in a single one of them. What we have is a pool of bipolar and maniacs. A pool being the funny term, which her roommate sliced hers. She also wished everyone dead for that happening, without coming to your local pool guy. Mwaha. Me. $50 and I'll shit in the pool. What? I'm not patching that hole up. Why don't you go get an actual pool guy from your local area? Maybe he can then replace the liner, but I'm not. I just want to shit in it. I really don't like Katie, and why anyone would like Katie's personality is beyond me. All through making this video, all through dropping little hints that I was making a video on her, I was just told that she was a kind and loving and decent person, when in plain sight, she is a cunt who contributes nothing to this platform or to her audience. She's just an advocate for hate, despair, and general cuntiness. The fact is that this community is not going anywhere. It's going down, which I like seeing. It wasn't when I started writing the script. There was actually a lot of people trying to stop me from making this video. Like, there was a fucking few. Like, I cannot believe it, because I'd get private messages all the time. They'd just be like, "Hey, who's your next video? You should make a video on Mama Bear. You should make a video on Mama Bear." And then I tell them, "No, I'm making a video on Miss Fucking Wonderful." And instantly, I would be met with, like, "She's a loving person. Oh, she's so caring. She's so giving." Yeah, she is giving me a pain in the fucking neck. And I should have never taken a break. I should have released this as soon as possible to let people know that this woman is a fucking cunt. I don't like her. I don't like her style. I don't like what she preaches. And you're right, you probably can say, "Well, you don't have to watch it." No, I don't have to watch it. But when you're building a community on fucking hate, it kinda impacts me. Because then this little hate community goes out and tries to find new fucking recruits. AKA me. Which I don't fucking care. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be a part of Katie's group. I don't want to be anywhere near Katie's group. It's just disappointing to see this come out of a makeup community. For any Warhammer fans out there, it's like Skaven. It's like Skaven corruption. It plants its little fucking seeds in the sewer and it just grows. And when it grows big enough in the sewers, it then emerges from the sewers, killing everyone and everything inside. Everything beautiful turns dead. Streets filled with red, bodies everywhere. There is no lush of green. Everything is just fucking gone. And I'm fucking glad this video is over. Oh my